Okay, question 20. A team of examiners has 48,000 examination papers to mark. It takes each examiner 1 hour to mark 16 papers. The chief examiner says that a team of 25 examiners could mark all 48,000 in 8 days. What assumption is the chief examiner made? And you must show all your calculations to support your answer. It's a strange question, this one. It's a work done one. I hope people can see that. We're talking about people doing the work, time it takes to do the work, and the amount of work that needs to be done. Okay, so you set it up: people, time, work, and we use this sentence here: each examiner. The reason that I highlighted each, because that basically means one examiner. It will take one examiner 1 hour to mark 16 papers. Okay, now we've got 48,000 to mark. So how long would it take one examiner to mark 48,000? Well, what do I times 16 by to get 48,000? So let's do 48,000 divided into groups of 16. It gives me 3,000, which means that I will be timesing that by 3,000 to get that 48,000 papers, which means I'll be timesing this by 3,000, so the 1 hour will turn into 3,000 hours. Okay. Now, the chief examiner has a team of 25 examiners, so I want to know how long that will take 25 examiners to mark 48,000 papers. And remember that people and time are indirectly proportional, because if it will take one person 3,000 hours, I can then share that 3,000 hours worth of work out between 25 people, can't I? So if I do 3,000 divided by 25, it tells me that it will now take 120 hours. And the examiner is saying that this 120 hours will take 8 days. So let's divide that by 8, because if it's going to take 8 days and it's 120 in total, so if I divide that by 8, it tells me 15 hours. So if I take that 120 hours in total, if I divide that by 8, it will give me the amount of time each day. So the assumption that he's made is that they'll work 15 hours each day. Okay, so you've used your table there, inverse and direct proportion, to figure out that, okay, if one person takes 1 hour to mark 16 papers, 25 people will take 120 hours to mark 48,000 papers. And if it's going to be 120 hours and the chief examiner is saying, well, that's 8 days worth of work, that means 15 hours a day. So that's the assumption. Now, part B, why is the chief examiner's assumption unrealistic? Well, think about it and what effect will this have on the number of days. Why is that unrealistic? Think about any jobs. Most jobs start at like 9 and end at 5, don't they? And that's 8 hours. So most jobs don't work 15-hour days, 15 hours. Okay, so something like that. 15-hour days is unrealistic as most jobs are 9 to 5, which is like 8 hours worth of work, isn't it? What effect will this have on the number of days? Well, what that's asking you really is what in actuality will it take, shorter or longer than that? Well, it's going to take longer really, isn't it? We can't expect these people to work 8 days flat with no breaks and 15-hour days, so it's going to take longer.